I want to go through a couple of these at the bottom because you're going to do things a little bit differently when you're trying to write an equation of a line that's parallel. So it says write an equation of a line that's parallel to y equals -3 and passes through the point 2, 6. As you can see, like, there's not a complete equation. I don't have a slope. Like, I can't use point slope form, but I can think about it. So if my equation is y equals 3, then no matter what x is, y is always -3. So if you think about it on a graph, this is what the graph of that line would be. 1, 2, 3. This is y equals -3. And I need to know what is the equation of a line that is parallel. So parallel means they're not going to cross, they're not going to touch, and it has to go through the point 2, 6. So the point 2, 6. It has to go through that point and be parallel to this. Well, the only thing that it could be is this line. This line is parallel to this one. They're never going to cross or touch, and it goes through the point 2, 6. Well, what's the equation of this line? Well, this equation is y equals -3, because y is always -3. What's y always going to be here? It's always going to equal 6. So when you have equations where you want the line parallel to y equals something, and it goes through a point, it's going to be y equals the y of that point. Here's your equation of the parallel line. Conversely, if you want the line that's perpendicular to this line and that goes through this point, perpendicular to this line and goes through this point, then your line would have to look like this. It's perpendicular and it goes through the point they're asking for. Well, what's the equation of this line? What is always true about this line? No matter what y is, x will always be 2. So the equation of this line is x equals 2. And this is perpendicular to the equation you were given. If you have to find a line parallel to the x, think about what would the graph of this look like? The graph of 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, is this. This is x equals 4. I want a line that is parallel to this and passes through -2, 3. The only line that it could be is going to be parallel, then x has to equal that -2. They're parallel, they're not going to touch, and it goes through that point. And then conversely, if you need a line that's perpendicular to x equals 4, and it has to go through that point, the only thing that it could be to go through that point and be perpendicular to your original line would have to be this. Well, what's the equation of that line? Well, what's true about that line? No matter what x is, as we move along the x, the y stays the same.